Welcome to another episode of PC Building Simulator. In the last episode, we built a couple of PCs to list on PCBay, and actually in the episode even before that, we built a couple of episodes to list on PCBay. I'm trying to clean out a bunch of my used part inventory, make some space. It's a mess. It's a mess in there. So if you missed one of those episodes, or at least the last one, I'll put a link up in the upper right-hand corner. You can go check out the previous episode. In this episode, we're going to do the same. I'm going to continue building PCs to list on PCBay. And maybe at the end of this episode, we'll go ahead and end our day and get our first bids in on all these PCs that we've been building. However, before I get started doing that, I want to say welcome to all the new subscribers. For those of you that didn't know, PC Building Simulator is free right now on the Epic Game Store. So if you don't have a copy, if you want an extra copy, and you're watching this the day this video releases, it's free right now. It's going to be free on the Epic Game Store through October 14th, 2021. So if you've already got a copy, but you want another copy, go get it, it's free. Have 2 copies. Why not, right? So this may be the episode some of you guys have been waiting for. I'm going to build some custom water-cooled stuff. Couple of custom water-cooled PCs. I got some water-cooled parts that I need to get rid of. And I've been putting it off because these are the last 2 PCs I'm going to build for a little bit. We're listing on PCBay. We're going to go back to doing some other stuff, some other builds. So let's get started. Let's start over here. We've got the NZXT H700i Good Company case. Don't know where I got this one, but it said it was used. So I'm sure I probably bought it off of PCBay, or who knows? Who knows? Maybe it was a customer PC. But it's getting ready to get sold on PCBay. So what do we want to put in here? Let's take a look. We need a motherboard to get started with. And I want to go semi-high end? I don't know. Let's get rid of some of this like X299 stuff. Is that the only one I got? Well, I got this micro, but I'll use that for something else. It might be the only one. Actually, let's do fits this PC. That'll be quite useful here. Let's just do this one. Let's do the EVGA. Does that even fit? I guess. It sort of fits behind this cover plate. Hopefully that doesn't mess with anything. I guess we'll find out as we go along. All right. Seems to be working. I think it'll be okay. Let's get this thing ready for a CPU. And, well, I don't really know what RAM I even have in my inventory for this. We may only have 1 stick. Guess we'll find out in a minute. But before we do that, let's go ahead and pick out a CPU. We've got the i9-7960X, which is a little bit older architecture. And then we've got the i9-9980XE. Both of these were quite high-end. So which way do we want to go? 16 cores or 18 cores? I think I might save the 9980XE for another build. I really want to get rid of this 7960, and that's still quite a beast, even though its frequency is a little bit low. You got 16 cores and 32 threads. That's still a pretty powerful CPU. Get that sucker locked down, and then it's time to go searching the RAM section, because I know I've got a couple of matching sticks, and without giving anything away about the next PC I want to build, I kind of want to save those matching sticks for the next build. Alright, so I've decided to go with 3000 megahertz RAM, and I got really excited when I saw these 2 team group ones. Because I was like, oh, well, I'll do a black and white sort of thing. We'll do a stick of white RAM, a stick of black RAM. It'll look just fine. Problem is, this one's 8 gig, this one's 4 gig. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with this 16 gig stick of team group. We're just going to do one. It's got a white LED. It'll be just fine. 16 gigs of RAM. Obviously, we're not running in dual channel or quad channel, which would be excellent for this CPU. But whoever buys this thing, you know, they can add some extra RAM. It'll be just fine. Just fine. Let's clear that out. I want to get some thermal paste on this CPU. And I want to go ahead and pick out a CPU block. Let's take a look here. I've got a couple. Why does it say that'll fit? Oh, I guess it will. I thought that was a Threadripper. It's an LGA 2066. I was going to go with one of these cheaper versions, but this might actually be nice. I don't know where I got this from. Oh, that's a good fit. That's a good fit. I don't think I've ever used that block before. Maybe I have. I don't know. I got so many videos. Who can remember what all I've used over the years? I think that'll work just fine, though. While I'm doing some water cooling parts, though, let me go ahead and get a reservoir. We're going to go with this Alpha Cool. Whatever that E word is, it mounts right here. It's got a nice little reservoir. And then we're going to see what kind of graphics card is hopefully going to fit and not, you know, intersect. Let's see. GPUs. I was hoping to maybe use either this 2080 Super or this 3080 for the Win Ultra Hydro Copper Gaming. Heck, I'd even use this Corsair one. Let's see if this fits, though. Oh, that does fit. That fits real nice. Real nice. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Then let's go back over here to regular parts. I need some storage. I need some storage bad. May have already covered up the NVMe drive slot. I did. All right, let's take this graphics card back out, because I'd really like to have an NVMe drive in here. And I think this 512 gig one will get it done right here. And then we'll put that graphics card back in. Where are we? Water cooled GPUs. Where'd it go? 2080 Super. Done deal. Done deal. Okay. Now, I need some radiators. I'm going to get rid of this fan, because I think I have a radiator that's going to fit at the back here. Got this EK Coolstream SE140. Oh, yes. And then I believe I've got a 360 that I can fit up here at the front. I do. It says it's new. Well, go figure. Something new in the inventory. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. All right, let me get this mounting ring off. And I need to find a power supply that's going to work for this. Got this EVGA Supernova 750. That might get the job done. Really wanted an 850. Got a Corsair semi-modular. I could get that out of my inventory. Yeah, let's do that. I don't need that 1200 watt monster down there at the bottom. Let's get rid of this semi-modular power supply. Okay. So we just need to cable it. We need to pipe it. And maybe I should put some fans in the top. No, you know, I don't think we need fans in the top. I think the 3 fans in the front and the one at the back ought to get the job done. All right, let's cable this up. What color are these stock cables down here? They're kind of a gray. I think that's what's already selected here. Let's just go with what's selected. So I want them all to match. We get everything cabled up. There we go. And now it needs tubing. So the real question is, do I want to go hard tubing on this one, or do I want to do a soft tubing? Let's take a look. I know I don't want these copper fittings. I don't care for those. Let's go with a standard black fitting. I wonder... I don't like the flexible. Let's just go with some clear rigid. Let's go with some clear rigid. Let's see, that is out over here. So let's start right there, run up to this radiator. I'm going to show as much of this as I can. I do have a tutorial on how to do all this custom water cooling stuff, but I'm going to try to show you guys a little bit of what gets done here. What the heck is going on with this piece of tubing? There we go. There we go. Come on, straighten out. What? Is that an extra bend? There we go. And we'll fix that, and I think I'm happy with that. Go ahead and accept that. Then I'm going to run out of this radiator and into CPU block. And that is a mess, so I'm probably going to step away, clean this pipe up, and I'll be right back. All right, so I think that tube's going to work. I left enough space where somebody should be able to sneak a stick of RAM in next to it without having to remove it. So let's go ahead and accept that one. Then I'm going to run out of the CPU block and into this rear radiator. And what can I do with this? All right, I'm pretty happy with that, so let's go ahead and accept that one. Then I'm going to run out of this back radiator into the graphics card. I'm not even going to mess with that. That's about as good as it's going to get. Then we're going to come out of the graphics card and back into the reservoir. And that looks dopey. Let's fix that. Oh, so many extra bins. Let's get rid of some of those. Just bring that down like so. I'm actually okay with that. Let's go ahead and accept that one. All right, we don't have to worry about those two. The game's going to consider them sealed up. Let me get some of these PC parts back on. We've got a dust filter that needs to go on the front, as well as a front panel. Was there a dust filter for the top? Nope, just a top panel. We'll get that put back on. Need to unplug that so I can install this PSU mount ring. Get that back on. And we'll let it plug itself in. And I think pretty much ready. Put some coolant in here. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go to coolant. And what color coolant should I put in here? Clear orange. I wonder if that would match the case. Oh, it kind of does. All right, we'll do that. We'll do clear orange. I'm going to let that run through. While that's running through, though, I want to get a USB drive in here because I don't really know what might be on that NVMe drive we put in here. And I'm going to go ahead and put this side panel on. And I may as well put this side panel on. There we go. So this thing's ready to boot up. Let's see what it does when I hit power. Colors are a little off. I'm going to hop into the BIOS real quick and make sure XMP's turned on. And we've only got the one drive, so I'm going to go ahead and let this sucker boot. Maybe install the operating system. I don't know. Let's find out here. Evidently, we've already got an operating system. I don't know what all this stuff is, and I don't think there's a way for me to remove it. What is this? FUUUU? Permission denied. Everything's permission denied. Oh, and I'm sure we can't remove it. I mean, yeah, no programs to remove. Well, isn't that something? I don't think I'm going to overclock the CPU on this one just because these don't overclock very well. But I do want to get the GPU tuner on. I'd like to get OCCT on there because I'm probably going to overclock the graphics card. Let's get the lighting app on here and 3D Mark. Go ahead and let this reboot. While we're doing that, let's see what we're at for resale value. We're at $14.49. Not great, but not terrible. Hopefully, after we overclock it and all that stuff, maybe, you know, we'll get a little bit more money out of it. We'll have to see. For colors, we really don't have that much we can change. Let's select that. We'll select everything else. Sure. I mean, that was the color in the case, was that kind of bright orange. So we'll just make everything match that bright orange. That's just fine. It's kind of this orange that's on the front of the case. And I think that'll work perfectly well. So we'll leave that like that. And then let me get 3D Mark running. I just want to get a preliminary test, see what we can get for the base score, see if it goes up in price from, what was it again? $14.49. We'll see if it goes up. It should. It should go up some. But as soon as this test is done running, I'll come back and show you the results. All right, there it is, 10,061. Not terrible, not great. I mean, we stayed over 60 FPS. on the graphics score. That's not bad. CPU test, I mean, that's kind of, well, it's lackluster. Let's just say that. It's lackluster. So what I'm going to do, oh, resale value, by the way, went up. We went from 1449 to 4147. So remember, if you're building these PCs for PCBay, whether you overclock them or not, be sure to run 3D Mark, because that's what sets your resale value. Anyway, I want to overclock the graphics card on this, not because it's going to add a whole lot of value, but just because I enjoy doing it and I want to see if I can bring that 3D Mark score up some. So I'm going to step away. I'm going to get this graphics card overclocked as far as I can take it, and I will be right back. All right, so as I said before, I didn't bother overclocking the CPU just because generally those CPUs don't overclock very well. I might have been able to get another 100 megahertz out of it. Not really worth it. Not really worth it for the added heat. I wouldn't have been able to overclock the graphics card probably as far as I did because everything's on the same loop. I mean, without an overclock, we're still sitting at over 60C. Our graphics card's pulling almost 95C, and we're sitting at 669 watts. We probably could have gotten away with a 750 watt power supply. I think we put an 850 in there. As for the graphics card overclock, we maxed out the slider on core clock. We got the full plus 340 megahertz over the base clock. As for the memory clock, we got 240. Going to 241 caused this thing to blue screen. That was all it could handle. But that's what we're running. So let me close all this stuff out. Let's stop this test. Bye-bye test. Let's close that out. I'm going to get 3D Mark running. We're going to see if we pull a better score. Hopefully we do. And we'll see if our money goes up just a little bit. So I'm going to get this running. If this thing blue screens or if it makes it all the way to the end, either way, I'm going to come back and show you guys. All right, there you have it. We didn't blue screen or anything. And we got a 12,134. If you don't remember the previous test, we got a 10,061. So we definitely gained some. We gained about a little over 20 FPS, if I remember right, on the first test, and about 17 on the second, because that second one was sitting almost right at 60 FPS. So that was a pretty good gain from our overclocking. Let's see if we gained any money. I'm just curious. Not a penny. Not a penny. Nobody cares if we overclocked it. But I did it for the fun of it. I don't really care about the money. Obviously, I have plenty of money in the game. All right, so this thing's done. I want to grab a PCBay sticker or post-it note or whatever the heck this thing is. I'm going to get that put there. So that one is now listed on PCBay. And now I've got another PC to build. So let's go over here. We got the Thermaltake Core P5 case. This is probably going to be a pretty quick build just because there's not a whole lot to do with this case. I mean, we're just going to slap the parts in it and it'll be done. It'll go pretty quick. So for motherboards, pretty much already decided what I wanted to go in here. Let me find it. Where is it? There it is, all the way at the bottom. The MSI MEG Z390 Ace motherboard. We're going to plop that right here. We'll get that screwed down. I'm going to get this thing ready for a CPU and RAM. We'll put 2 sticks of RAM in here. For the CPU, where are we? CPU. I want to go with the i9-9900K I've got right here in my inventory. It's brand spanking new. I actually think it is from one of my previous office PC builds. You guys haven't been here very long. Fairly often, or at least when new parts come out, I build a new office PC. I haven't shown this one off in a while. Here's what I'm currently running. Got the MSI MEG X570 Ace with the Ryzen 9 5950X. A ton of gold RAM, 1600 watt power supply, 2 RTX 3090 for the Win 3 Ultra Hydro Copper gaming graphics cards. You know, I got the works in here. This thing is a beast. You can kind of see it. If that stupid stool wasn't there, I don't really want to pick it up because it's going to turn everything off. But I think some of these parts were from a previous office build, which is okay. I still need to get rid of them. So I'm going to put some thermal paste on the CPU before I forget. Then I'm going to come over here to memory. And I've got 4 sticks of this Trident Z Royal in silver. But I only need 2. I'm only going to put 2 in here. I want to save the other 2 for another build. And I think 64 gigs of RAM is plenty for this. All right, so next, I want to see what we've got for storage that actually fits this bad boy. Got a 1 terabyte drive. That would be good. Got some Patriot Viper drives. I got a 2 terabyte. I'm going to save that for another build. A 1 terabyte would be good. There's another 2 terabyte. Hot dang. Man, I got a bunch of these VPN 100s. Maybe I'll use one of those. Where does that fit? Oh, right here. Perfect. Perfect. Well, we're going to put that right there. Then I want to come over here to custom water cooling. I want to get a CPU block. Maybe we'll go with this Corsair. I don't know. This EK sure is nice. I like the look of that. It doesn't light up, but I'm kind of okay with that. Let's do that. Let's do the EK. Maybe it'll let me put it here. Oh, that goes nice with this motherboard too. That looks really good. Really good. Okay, for radiators, obviously, what I'm going to go with is the biggest one we've got, which is the 480 from Corsair. And it takes up this entire space right here. And it's a thick boy. It's a big old thick radiator. And then for reservoirs, hopefully this is going to fit. Oh, it does. It does. We've got the Raging Tech, or however you say it. Big, tall reservoir. Looks pretty good there. We're just going to have a conglomeration of parts. We've got Raging Tech, we've got Corsair, we've got EK. I mean, you know, whatever. And then for graphics, oh, I have no more reservoirs. Well, dang. So I want to build any more custom water-cooled stuff. I'm going to have to get some reservoirs. So I still got blocks. I've got plenty of graphics cards. So yeah. So I was going to do these two 2080 Ti's, but I think I really want to do this 3080 for the Win 3 Ultra Hydro Copper Gaming. If it'll fit. It'll fit. It's saying it won't. It's just because I'm trying to put it here with these guys in the way. Which is fine. Which is fine. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't going to... Is that a single slot? Hot dang, it's a single slot. Okay. I'm totally cool with that. Let's get another PCI cover back in here. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, we need a power supply. For sure. 750 might do it. 1200 is overkill for this. Got some 850s. Let's go back up here. We have the Corsair RM750. I think I might do that, or maybe even the EVGA. Let's do the EVGA. Got the Supernova 750. There we go. Looking nice. Okay, so for cables, I really want to do some cyan. So I'm going to go for this ribbon braided plain cyan because it's a little more muted than the plastic. Plastic's a little bit brighter. The graphics card's got 3 frickin' 8 pins on it. Oh, that was the power button, not the front panel connector. There we go. Okay, so everything's cabled up. We just need to pipe it all. But before I do that, I think I'm going to put the back side of this case back on. We've got the dust filter. And we've got this side panel. And that's done. And then for the piping, what do we have here? What do we have? We will go with a white fitting and just the clear. So this is out down here at the bottom. We're going to go out. We're going to go up over here. And I'm going to step away because this is a big old long tube and it's going to take me a minute to get it all straightened out. Once I got it all fixed, I'll be right back. All right, so I am happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and accept that one. Then I'm going to run out of the radiator, and I don't remember. I think this is the in port. I really don't remember on the EKs. Let's get rid of that bend. Let's just move this up to be straight across. And we'll move it out a little bit. Maybe. They're going to click for me. There we go. And then I want to make it straight down here. Perfect. All right, there's that one. That was super easy. Let's go ahead and accept that. Then we're going to run out of here right into our graphics card. We'll run in right there, and there's really not much we can do to make that look too much better than it already does. I'm kind of okay with that. The angle isn't bad. And then I'm going to run out of the back side of this one and into this reservoir. And again, probably just straighten it up a little bit, but there's not a lot we can do. It's not going to really matter. All right, so we're going to leave that like that. I'm going to go ahead and accept it. We are done with that. We're going to go back to install coolant, and hopefully this opaque cyan going to kind of match those cables. It sort of does. Cables are a little bit darker, but that's okay. That is okay with me. So while that's running through, I want to go ahead and come back over here to parts, and I want to get this glass side panel put back on. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and install a USB drive, because we're probably going to need it. And it says it's ready to boot, so let's power this on. Oh, we got RGB going crazy. I'm going to hop into the BIOS. Let's see if we need to turn on XMP. It is already on, so that is perfect. Let's go ahead and restart. We may have to install the operating system. I don't really know what's already on here. Oh, it's another one that's used with somebody's junk. The politics of Starship Troopers. Access denied. WWF or retrospective. My diary. Oh, we can't get into that either. Cat on a horse. This stuff. Oh my goodness. Let's put the lighting app on. I want to get 3D Mark on. GPU tuner. And OCCT. We're going to let this reboot. I don't know if I'm going to overclock this CPU. Sometimes you can get these 9900Ks to overclock pretty well. But it's already at 5 gigahertz, so I don't really know if I'm going to mess with it. Let's see what we're going for. Price here, we're at $19.15. So let's do a quick preliminary 3D Mark test, and as soon as I have a score, I'll come right back and show you. All right, 14,283, not too bad. Check this graphics test. I mean, there's probably no reason to overclock this, but I just want to do it for fun. Like I said, I'm not going to worry about the CPU on this one. It's doing just fine on its own. Let's see what the price went up to. $5,545. Originally, we were at $19.15. $1,915. So we definitely moved up in price. Like I've said, if you're going to build PCs and sell them on PCBay, be sure to at least run 3D Mark. Whether you overclock anything or not, just run 3D Mark so you can set your resale value. All right, I'm going to close this out. I'm going to start up GPU tuner. I'm going to start up OCCT. Infinite. Maybe. There we go. Infinite. We're going to get this going. This is already sort of overclocked. Core voltage is turned up. Anyway, I'm going to step away. I'm going to get this graphics card overclocked. And as soon as I'm done, I'm going to come back. We'll run 3D Mark together and see what happens.
20 minutes later.
All right. Got the graphics card all overclocked. CPU sitting at 71.18C. So, I mean, I probably could have overclocked it a little bit, but I think it'll be fine. GPU sitting at a nice roasting hot 95.44C. And we're pulling 584 watts. So for the overclock on this graphics card, we went plus 339 megahertz on over the base clock. And then for memory, this thing did not want any memory overclock. I was lucky to hit 50 megahertz or plus 50 megahertz over the base clock on the memory. So let's go ahead. Let's close that out. Let's turn this off and close that out. Let's open up lighting real quick. That's the color I want. So let's do that. Yeah, there we go. Done with that. All right, I'm going to get a 3D Mark running, and if this thing blue screens or makes it to the end as usual, either way, I will come back and show you. There it is, 15,427. Unfortunately, I don't remember what it was previously because I didn't write it down. So you'll have to go back and look, or maybe you remember. It's been a while for me, and I've completely forgotten. But I'm happy with it. The graphics tests are good. CPU test looks exactly like it previously was. So we're good to go on that. As for the resale value, I don't think we went up $1. We didn't. 55.45. All right, let's take a look at this sucker. Let's get rid of the UI. I think it turned out pretty dang nice. Pretty nice. I like it. I like it a lot. I like this other one too. I think it turned out pretty good. I can't click on it because it's already been listed on PCBay and it won't let me work on it, or what it thinks I'm working on. So let's get this one listed on PCBay. There we go. So there's the 2 water-cooled PC builds we did today. I know I said I was going to end the day and we take a look at what everything has gone up to. Unfortunately, this recording's getting really long for me. I'm over an hour of recording, and I got to get this thing edited so I can get it out to you guys. So all that being said, in the next episode, we're going to get around to seeing what everything goes up to when I end the day. We'll do it right at the beginning of the episode, and we will check out all of the prices. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified as soon as a video goes live. Also, I put a lot of work into making these videos for you guys, so if you want to help me out, you can either become a channel member by clicking that join button next to the subscribe button. I've got a couple of different tiers you can join, or you can go hit up my Patreon and subscribe there. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next episode.